it's 3.5 trillion. Now it's going to be 2.9. It's going to be zero, because in that plan that I put forward, and I said from the outset, I said, I'm running to change the dynamic of how the economy grows. I'm tired of trickle down. The trillionaires and billionaires are doing very, very well.
Trillionaires. Okay, trillionaires are doing very well. Also, 3.5 trillion is going to cost zero? Are we smarter than a fifth grader? You know it's bad when even the Washington Post is calling you a liar for this, but you're going to go for it anyways, hoping the general population is too stupid to figure out that, yes, everybody is going to pay more. And the lie that you're attempting to peddle, I believe, is that rich people are going to pay for it. You'll just tax the rich people more because rich people aren't paying their fair share. I personally love that one. It's the best myth because it's been around forever. It's like the Loch Ness Monster, the Chupacabra. Rich people are not paying their fair share is political folklore. The truth, not as fun, but the top 10% of earners pay 71% of all income taxes. But 71% of all income taxes is not enough, apparently. They have to pay more in order to help poor people, right? Wrong. There is this little thing called history, something which we can look back to tell us how the economy reacts to theft, because that's exactly what you're suggesting. You're suggesting that we should steal. You're suggesting socialism. You're suggesting that we can steal our way somehow into national prosperity.
Salute.
But history tells us otherwise. In fact, history reveals that even rich people have a point of no return. Under Woodrow Wilson's administration, the idea of just tax the wealthy was pioneered. And what actually happened was that rich people stopped spending. They put their money in tax sheltered accounts and tax municipal bonds. It actually led to less tax revenue for the government, less jobs, and less income for poor people. But in the years following that administration, when they lowered the taxes on the rich actually paid more in taxes. There were more jobs, and there was more income. This trend has been proven time and time again across many administrations, JFK, Ronald Reagan, and George W. Bush. It is a fact that when tax rates are cut for the rich, the poorer and the government get richer. Chalk it up to human behavior. When people feel as though they are being treated fairly and are not being robbed or scammed, they are more inclined to spend their money. They're not inclined to find ways to legally tie up their cash. History also teaches us exactly what happens when we try it your way, though, Joe. The Hugo Chavez, Nicolas Maduro, Fidel Castro way. We can tax the rich people to the point of criminality only until they leave the country and we're left with people that are starving, impoverished, and attempting to swim to freedom. Let's watch the rest of the clip.
You have the whole notion of being able to provide for daycare for your children, getting people back to school, et cetera. It's all paid for. It's all paid for. But a lot of these are flat tax cuts that exist within my proposal.
I see you.
And they're being calculated as if the cost of the child care tax credit is a cost to the government. It's not. It's reducing taxes, not increasing taxes.
I love that. Free daycare, free college, free. Hey, if college is free, then everybody will go.
Let's get into this. Make America great again. What does that mean? What does that mean? You say I cut myself shaving. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Let me tend to myself before I bleed to death. Let me try to make America great again real quick. What does make America great again? What does it feel like? Like, is it something you can touch? Is it something you can see? Is it something you can hear? What does make America great again mean? Make America great again for citizens, Black Americans, white Americans, Hispanic Americans, Oriental Americans. Like, what does it really mean? I was sitting down and I was asking myself several things, but one of the things was, has Joe Biden delivered? Has the Democratic Party delivered? It was a lot of conversation about, well, hey, you know, Black people should vote like this and Black people should vote like this, from the left side to the right side. And it was a whole lot of, you know, uncommon verbiage. Let's just say that. My thought process is this, just as a veteran, right? Until we start working together and putting aside our differences and coming to the table, we will always be stuck in a rut. I see a lot of disrespect for the military. I see a lot of people saying, hey, I didn't tell you to join it. You know, you're going over there, you're fighting that war for them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These people are sacrificing a lot. Okay. And I see a lot of disrespect towards the military, and that needs to stop. Because there are a lot of nationalities and races in the military that are going to do what they need to do over there. So anybody that has served in the military, let me get this out the way. Anybody that has served in the military at any point in time, if your family members or friends have served, salute, salute, salute. They are paying the ultimate sacrifice. Now, let me get that out the way. Let me get back to this. Do you feel that Joe Biden is doing a good job as the president? Do you feel like, him doing the child tax credit, people that were able to get the PPP loans, people that, were able to get their tax return, rapid refund? Do you feel like the Democratic Party has done a great job doing their tenure to say, hey, we are supporting America? Free money, free money, free money. Here's my thought process. When you give people free money that's not used to having money, 9 times out of 10, they're going to blow money. If you don't teach them how to use it, teach them how to invest, 9 times out of 10, they're going to blow the money. You know what I'm saying? Free daycare. Great. Awesome. So while we're doing free daycare, or you're telling the parents that they have to have jobs in order to maintain that daycare, or are they just staying at home? Are they doing something productive? Are they really being productive citizens inside their communities? We lack leadership. I did switch the beard color. I like to do different things. Salute to behind the bar. I want to talk about this because I think here's the thought process. When you would give people stuff, here's the thing. I would rather teach someone how to fish than to just give them fishes on a daily basis that I'm responsible now for them eating every day. I would rather make them responsible, like empower them and teach them. I think that's the issue. I think when you start giving people things, they don't appreciate you, right? They start to feel a certain level of entitlement. They start to demand more. It is great that we want to give free daycare. It's great that we want to say, well, let's cut taxes over here and move that over here, and we'll give that child tax credit out. That's great. The thought process is, have we made a better America? Have we made a better America? Has crime went down? Has poverty went down? How many people know right now there are city where you live at right now, there are people? There's still homeless people right now that's living under bridges, that's living in tent cities and all types of stuff or whatever. Why is it that we focuses on America for 1 year? Now somebody's going to argue the point, right? Hey, it's all about imports and exports and the oil over here, etc. And I got all that. But for 1 second, what if we focused on America? What if we actually taught people trades and all of that good stuff, or whatever case to be, and provided jobs and went into our schools and provided, better schools in reference to computers and books and access to certain things? What if we gave back to America to make America great again? Some people, I asked somebody, I talked on this topic before, and somebody told me, great again? What are you talking about? When was it great? Okay, let's get to that. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever been to other countries. I've been to other countries. And compared to those other countries, I'm saying that America is a whole lot easier to actually build. Compared to other countries, America is a whole, which is the reason why a lot of people are trying to escape. You heard what I just said. Escape where they are to get to America by any means necessary. So obviously we must be doing something right. Now here's my thought process. For those that complain about America, here's some tough love. For those people that complain about America, what are you doing to fix it? Now we know that we have police officers, we have firemen, we have military, we have teachers, we have lawyers, we have doctors, but people that don't fall within that title, those titles and other titles as well, first responders, all that great stuff. If you're just sitting on your ass complaining about America, shut up. America's so bad, then leave. Because the thought process is, if you're not doing anything to support the betterment, then you're not an asset to America. You're a liability. So I see hundreds of videos about how bad America is or whatever case may be. But for some reason, I never see the videos about what they're doing to help their communities, what they're doing to teach, what they're doing to provide, what they're doing to showcase a level of respect, not only just for whatever color skin they are, but for the people in their community, for people online. It's like, we don't give a shit about nobody except us. Like, if I'm black, I'm only supposed to talk about racism. I'm only supposed to be talking about hatred for white America. Like, that's supposed to be the best I can do. But if I get on here and say, what happens if we start building together? What happens if we teach people about entrepreneurship, home ownership? We start teaching people, hey, make sure you have life insurance. Make sure you have money saved up. Let's talk about investments. Like, what happens if we start sharing knowledge? When you talk about make America great, whether it's again or for the first time, there's a lot of smart people that are black, that are Hispanic, that are Oriental, that are Caucasian. There are a lot of smart people. Can you imagine drawing a line in the sand because you were born another color? I can't talk to you. I can't learn from you. I can't build with you because you're another color. I can't stand beside you in uniform across seas, or whether we're peace officers right here in the United States. I can't deal with you because you're another color. And if you're another color, that means we can't build together. A lot of people say, the government's to blame for all of our shambles and trials and tribulations. Okay, all right. Your perspective, depending on how you look at it. Okay, I got it. Let me ask you guys a question. Does the government control your household? Salute. Does the government, Ricky Manor gonna like this. Does the government control your household? The information that you share with your family members, your spouse, your husband, your boyfriend, your children. Do the government come into your household and tell you how to raise your children? No. So when your children leave your house and your spouse leaves the house or whatever, they have the standards and morals and guidelines that has been projected inside your household. So when you have a lot of disrespectful teenagers, a lot of disrespectful young adults, a lot of disrespectful men and women that don't give a shit about no one else, they have no sense of self-awareness, they're emotionally deranged, right? They have this conviction and this sense of entitlement. That's not the government. That's your household. That's your parenting skills. That's you as an adult not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing to teach them. What can we blame the government for? Well, that's a good question. The things that we can't control. The politicians, the people that we vote into office, those are the people that's supposed to be supporting our standards and morals that we want from our community, the build up of our community, the protection of our community. But here's my thought process. I'm saying right now, as a citizen, as a human being, as a mother, a father, a sister, or brother, a person, are you doing your part? Let's go, Brandon. Are you doing your part? Because if you're not, then that means you're sitting on your hands. That means you're procrastinating. That means you're lazy. We can complain, but we can't do. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the issue that I have with a lot of people, with a lot of things that's being said. It's great to say, hey, let me point the finger at this person right here. But if you're not doing anything, if I'm lifting all of the weight, if I'm carrying all the weight on my shoulders, and you're sitting there talking about, well, you should lift it a little bit higher. You should walk a little bit further. Yeah. And while you're doing it, let's talk about some other things like racism and crime. And let's talk about, economics. And first of all, I got to carry the weight already. But you want me to prioritize what it is that you're trying to tell me. Won't you share the weight? Share the responsibility, share the load, help me go the distance. Hell, give me some water, do something. That's the problem with a lot of Americans or a lot of people that's in America. They don't want to share the weight. They don't want to work. They don't want to do anything that's going to support any system. Any system. Somebody said, man, you have to be out of your cotton picking mind to sit on here and act like the system is not against black people. I like to have balanced conversations. I pride myself on it. Black people are also against black people. So when Tamika Mallory speaks and she says, hey, the white man did this and slavery this, and we should be talking about reparations. Check this out. I'm all for somebody saying, hey, this happened back in whatever. Hey, here's a check. Because I know what to do with it. I know what I'm going to do with it. But here's the issue. You're talking about giving reparations to people, to some people that don't have an understanding about how to use it to promote generational wealth. Bunch of Lamborghinis and Bugattis, bunch of planes being brought, bunch of mansions being brought, jewelry, weed, alcohol, drugs, sex. How many college degrees you think is going to be purchased with the reparations? How many college degrees? How many businesses you think is going to be started? Now, since I'm asking those simplistic questions, let me give you another one. How many parties you think going to be had? How many drugs do you think going to be brought? You have to teach people. You have to be a part of the process. It's really about tough love. It's really about saying, don't F this up. Don't mess this up. It's great to demand. It's great that your voice is being heard. It's great that you beat your chest and say, I'm an American, or I'm black, and I'm white, and I'm Hispanic, and I'm Oriental. Like you get this inspiration like I'm somebody. But then when it's time to do the work, you ain't nowhere to be found. When it's time to protest, not burn and break shit. Oh, we're going to burn down the Target. What do we get from it? We're going to steal these TVs. What do we get from it? What do we get from it? I truly believe that not us as black people, but us as men and women need to do better at communicating. What is it that we're trying to fix? When are we trying to fix it? Where do we need to sit down and communicate what needs to be fixed and how fast it needs to be fixed? Simple conversation. The only thing tough about it is actually listening to somebody else's point of view, some other race's point of view, some other man's point of view, some other woman's point of view. Hell, some other children. It's children out there that's smarter than some adults. It's children that have more common sense than some adults, that have more rationale. Do you know how many young millionaires have been created in the last generation? Numerous. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking for a ceasefire. Stop pulling the trigger on everything else and just sit down and think for a second. Stop pulling the trigger. Republican, pow. Democrat, pow. Conservative, pow. Racism, pow. Like we're pulling the trigger. We're jerking at every single thing. We're firing off every single thing, and we never hit our target. Been firing since Trump. Been firing since Obama. Been firing since George Washington. Been firing off shots. The shot heard around the world. And everybody's shooting. And everybody's missing the mark on a real conversation, on actually saying, let's move the goalpost forward. What is Make America Great Again? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What is it? What does it sound like? At some point in time, we have to decide. If you don't like the United States of America, then leave. Because complaining about it, you've done a successful rant. You've made everybody has taken notice that you don't like it here. So it's so funny that you'll have an immigrant come over here and work these low-level jobs or whatever case may be, jobs that of course you don't want to do, probably for lower than minimum wage or whatever case may be. But they're fighting and crawling to get into America when you have people that feel entitled and say, well, hey, I can do better than America. Well, leave. Leave. You don't like the military? Okay, cool. Go fight your own fight. Go fight your own fight. You don't like the police? Cool, got it. Go police your neighborhood. But the fact of the matter is most people won't do it. Forget a neighborhood. Watch. It's a neighborhood. Look away. That's what's happening right now. It's a neighborhood. Look away. Defund the police. That's what I was hearing. Most homes don't have weapons in them. Most people are not qualified in regards to gun safety, are not knowledgeable enough. And a lot of them don't have any tactical experience. So whether they have a gun or not, they wouldn't know how to control the situation or not. Defund the police. The people that are put in place to give respect to, here's the thing, there's always going to be some bad apples. Whether it's a celebrity, a politician, an actor, a teacher, it's as long as you have a human element, there is always going to be a bad apple. One bad apple should not spoil the bunch. But we as Americans, we promote this bad apple narrative. Now, can there be numerous bad apples? You damn right. I am not confused. No, at no point in time am I confused about that. But the fact of the matter is, we promote bad over the good all the time. I know some phenomenal police officers. Hell, I had police officers when they were soldiers as soldiers. Now they're police officers. And I know how they are. And I know that if they come to your home or if they stop you or whatever case may be, it's with good intent. White, black, Hispanic, Oriental, all types. So to hear people say, let's, you know what I'm saying? You know what's so funny about it though? I noticed that the people that speak out against the police or the military, they're the ones that are doing the most criminal activity. They're the ones that's living or about that life. So of course you wouldn't like the police. Of course you would think they're all bad. When you have to be careful about when you say all. I am very concerned about content creators or anyone that's on social media that always put everyone in the same bunch. All black people don't like chicken and watermelon, right? All of them don't like rap music, right? All Orientals are not smart. You know what I'm saying? All white people don't like baseball. Like, we have to stop thinking with that mentality and start saying, I'm going to judge you based on your character, based on what you show me. Just because you were born white does not mean you were born privileged. Just because you were born black does not mean you was born poor. We have to do a better job. What does Make America Again feel like? What does it sound like? Is it a taste? Like, you know how people say I got a bad taste in my mouth? What does it taste like? Some people say, hey, it's as sweet as a American apple pie. Well, suppose I don't like apple pie. Can we come together on common ground? Can we talk about freedom? Can we talk about justice? Can we talk about being equal? Can we talk about building for real? That's the real conversation. All the hatred that's being promoted, all the finger pointing that's being promoted, at the end of the day, are we achieving our goals? Some people live in crime-infested neighborhoods. Some people were born into poverty and don't have the mindset to get out of poverty. It takes somebody to lead. And it also takes somebody to follow. The question is, who's going to be the leaders? And we're saying, hey, we want the president to be the leader. That's why we put him in office. Biden, are you doing a good job or no? Hey, we miss Trump. Where's Trump at? Tell Trump to come back. He was the greatest thing that we needed for America. The question is, what did we learn from the Trump era? What did we learn from the Obama era? What are we learning from the Biden era? Are we getting to where we need to be, America? Are we there yet? Have we arrived? Are we successful? Are we working together? Are we building a better tomorrow? It's a lot of content on social media. A lot of TikTok challenges. A lot of Instagram posts. Right? A lot of things going up on YouTube and Facebook and all of these other places. And the question is, who's right? Are the Republicans right? Are the Democrats right? If you're conservative, is that the way to go? Liberals, are the liberals independent? Who's right? Well, shouldn't right be what helps everybody? Not just the rich, right? Not just people with low income, but shouldn't it be where's the happy medium? Where's the happy medium? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mario J. This is Tough Love. Until next time, let's answer that question. Where's the happy medium? Peace.